1040.com podcast. Your taxes, smart and simple. Hey, welcome to the 1040.com podcast, episode 18. I am Paul.
And I'm Sue.
What's up, Sue?
Nothing much. What's up with you?
Hey, it is.
I had nothing.
You had nothing?
I had nothing.
The last time we filmed, remember, you look like an Easter egg, and I look like a homeless,
Yes.
Snow dude. I don't know what it was. Mm-hmm. Because it was spitting snow outside. I don't know where you're from, but spitting snow here means like flurrying a little bit here and there.
Is that what that means here?
Yep.
Okay.
And
you learn.
And now, a week and a half later, 2 weeks later, it's like officially springtime outside. It's going to be 72 degrees here today. Sorry if you're somewhere like New England or Alaska or I don't know, somewhere else where it's cold.
Just
maybe
sorry in general.
Yeah.
Like not just.
Hopefully you got really good weather. If you're in Florida, we don't really count them. Like it's nice there all the time.
This is true.
I'm excited. It's going to be warm weather, and we don't clash today.
That's true. We actually kind of match.
Yeah, I mean we're doing all right. That was hilarious last time. We
that
laughed really hard. Go back and see the episode before this if you haven't. It's good. So today we are getting really close to tax day, to the end of the tax season, and it's been a fun ride, right? It's been a fun ride. There's been some highlights.
Them taxes.
Yeah. So hopefully you filed. If not, you still got a little time, and we're going to go over some things today to help you out and kind of look into the future for if you don't get filed on time, and then go back to the future. That's a joke. I just wanted to say, slip it in there back.
It's always funnier when you say that's a joke.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want you to be confused and start scrambling through your notes here.
Oh.
That you wrote.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, so listen, Sue.
Good start.
Hey, listen, I got a question for you.
What question?
Totally off topic.
Yes.
What do I do if I miss the tax deadline?
If I mix the tax deadline.
If I mix it up. If I think it's on the 19th, but it's really on the 17th.
Yes.
So I mixed it up there.
That's that's unfortunate because then you would actually miss the real tax deadline.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually miss it. Yeah, yes. So if I miss the tax deadline, what's going on?
First of all, don't procrastinate, don't wait, don't, put it off or anything. Even if you're kind of freaked out, just file as soon as possible.
And we've covered this because you still have to pay.
Yeah.
And it gets worse the longer you let it go.
Right.
Yeah. So get those things filed.
Right. And even if you can't pay all of the taxes that you owe, go ahead and file anyway. Pay as much as you can. We'll get to that a little bit later too.
So let's just roll into it. Are there penalties for filing my taxes late?
Yes, there are, but only if you owe taxes. So if you're getting a refund this year, then you won't have any penalties, but you just won't get your refund until you file your tax return. Yeah. So they're not going to take anything out of that, whatever. But if you owe taxes, there are two penalties that you're going to have to look out for. There's the failure to file penalty, and then there's the failure to pay penalty. And actually, the failure to file penalty is higher than the failure to pay because the IRS wants you to get your information in as soon as possible. And so far as payment goes, they do want you to do that, but that one's a little bit more lenient. So the failure to file penalty is 5% of your unpaid taxes each month. So they take the amount that you owe.
Get those things filed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my line today.
Yes, for sure. And just a side note, after the first 60 days, that 5% will go to either being $135 or 100% of your unpaid taxes, whichever one's smaller. Right. So it won't just keep adding up and snowballing, but it will start, growing after those first couple of months. So the failure to pay penalty, though, is only 0.5% of your unpaid taxes per month, so 0.5%. And that will build up to 25% of your unpaid taxes.
Okay.
The good thing about those is, this is the next question. Do the penalties stack if I don't file or pay? They don't stack. So if you haven't filed and you haven't paid anything, the most that you will be penalized will be that 5% of your unpaid taxes. So that's kind of good news.
Right.
So if you haven't done either, they're not going to, double up and kind of cut you down.
Cool. So what if I filed an extension? Kind
Okay.
of skipping into that.
Yeah, we talked. Did we do an extension? Was that
Yeah,
the
the
last?
last episode.
The last
Yeah.
episode. So if you watch the last episode, you'll know that an extension is for filing your tax return, not for paying.
Right.
But if you did file an extension and you did pay at least 90% of the taxes that you owe this year, you may not have the failure to pay penalty added, but you will need to pay that remaining 10% of your taxes owed before the October deadline, and there may be interest added on to that. So again, like you said, just pay as much as you can, as soon as you can, and definitely file as soon as you can.
Got it. So we all know that life gets hard sometimes, and things happen, things come up, and it's just you got to deal with it. So if I cannot pay my taxes, like it's just been a heck of a year, and I can't do it. So what are my options there? And I think some people would be surprised that there are some decent options out there for you.
There really are. So once again, file as soon as possible, because the longer you take to file, the higher the penalty is going to get, and you don't want that. But the IRS does have payment plans that you can go and you can sign up for. Yeah. There's even an option to you have to apply to get your taxes owed reduced, but you have to file that's a much more involved process. But you can pay in installments. So you can do credit card payments, you can do loans, and then the IRS has their own like payment plan thing that they'll work out with you. So, if you ended up owing way more than you thought, like if one way that this happens is people start a new business or they start freelancing, they don't realize they have to do estimated tax payments throughout the year. Yeah. So then they get loaded up with all of those taxes that they should have been, setting aside the entire year, and the penalties for not setting aside those taxes throughout the year. And then you're hit with, this huge tax bill. But first, don't panic. Second, go ahead and file. And third, get involved with a payment plan, and you just start chipping away at that.
Yeah.
So
if this is you and you're listening right now going, I didn't start freelancing or a new business this year, but I'm going to next year, go back some episodes and then check out the 1040.com blog. We've put out quite a bit of content on freelancing and kind of how to set yourself up for success. If you're in the boat right now and you're going, I didn't do those things, these are some options for you. So we've covered what do I do if I mix a deadline, or the penalties for filing my taxes. Do penalties stack? What happens if I file an extension? What if I can't pay my taxes? We've kind of gone through the list of things here. Anything else you want to add?
I think that's about it. Leave any comments if you guys have questions, and comments on the blog. We look at those and we get through all of those too. So,
don't forget, every time you file, 1040 gives $2 to Healing Waters, and that is changing people's lives throughout the world. And we're really excited about it, and kind of excited to see at the end of the season how many lives are going to be changed because of you guys filing with 1040.com. Share this episode with your friends. Check out Sue's blog. Share that with your friends. Go like us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. And we'll catch up with you guys next time.